This video is for those who have been body shamed constantly. Either people call them fat or ugly in some or the other way, and you feel bad about it, right? Then this video is for you. Now let's understand, why do people criticize others, right? It's just because it makes them feel good temporarily. It makes them feel better about themselves. It makes them feel that they're better than you in some sense. That's why they do it. That's why they criticize you. That's why they call you fat or ugly, or they just point out whatever insecurity that they can. The number one reason for this is they don't feel confident about themselves. They constantly criticize themselves. That's why they are not feeling so good about themselves. That's why they feel the need to criticize you to make themselves feel better. And they do feel better, but just temporarily. The more they criticize other people, the more they are going to criticize themselves in their own mind, right? And they never seem to feel good about themselves. So now you understand, it's not about you. Even though you may have gained weight, even though you agree, see, you feel bad when someone criticizes you is because you agree with them. If they say that your hair have gotten thinner, or they say that you've gotten fat, you've gained a lot of weight, you've started to look ugly, maybe they will say that you should eat less, right? You should exercise more. What have you done with yourself? Why have you gained so much weight, right? They find a lot of ways. They will disguise their insults as a joke or as a concern for you, but you truly know that they are just criticizing you to make themselves feel better, right? But you feel bad about it is because you agree with them, right? If you didn't agree with them, why would you feel bad? If they come to you and say to you that you're 8 feet tall, you will be like, what are you saying? You'll discard that, right? You will not think or feel anything about that because you don't agree with it. But if they come and say you're fat, you are going to feel bad about it because you agree with them. See, the worst thing is when you agree with someone insulting you and you feel bad, you lose confidence. You don't like yourself. And that's why when you create this vibration of not loving yourself, not accepting yourself, then you manifest all the negative things, that all the negative experiences that prove again and again that you're not good enough. Even though this is about your looks, even though you're not satisfied with your looks, it gives out a vibration in the universe that you're not good enough. So you will automatically get those experiences that prove that you're not good enough in all other aspects of your life, including relationships or career. Because see, central processing unit is one. It's just you, your mind, your vibrations. So even when you feel bad about yourself, if you feel that you're not good enough in one aspect of your life, for example looks, you are going to feel not good enough in other aspect of your life, and that's what you're going to manifest again and again. That's why it is very important. And one more important thing is, and more important thing is, just because you keep on feeling that you're not good enough, you never progress in your life. You never really explore your true potential, because you constantly keep telling yourself you're not good enough. I did that to myself in the past. And trust me, this is a thinking habit. It's not related to your weight. Because I have been a person who wears XL size clothes. I have been extremely fat and I looked very ugly. That's what I thought. That's why I kept manifesting ugly looks, ugly clothes in my life, the clothes that don't suit me, the colors that don't suit me, because I thought that I was ugly, right? And maybe I was, I don't know, right? But I was fat, that's for sure. I used to wear exercise clothes, and then I lost weight over the years and I started to wear small size clothes. I still felt not good enough, trust me. My excel sized past version would think that if I lose weight, if I would just become a person lean enough to wear M size clothes, I will feel good about myself, right? But I did not. I started to wear small size clothes. I lost that much weight, but I did not feel good enough. I did not feel pretty. So it's not about your weight, it's about accepting yourself. It's about the thinking, I would say, thinking habit. right? So the first thing, what to do, you are fat now, you think you're fat, you may be fat, maybe 90 kgs, 80 kgs, 70 kgs is still fat, right? It's fine. You're wearing L size clothes, XL size clothes, that's fine. You think you're fat, but you don't want to feel bad about it, right? And if you see, the worst thing is, if you keep criticizing yourself, if you keep feeling not good enough, you'll keep manifesting the same thing. It's very difficult to lose weight when you're constantly criticizing yourself, because you're constantly focused on being fat. So wherever your focus goes, you manifest that. So you're not really focused on losing weight, you're focused on being fat, because you're constantly worried about it, you're constantly criticizing yourself for being fat. So you're focused on being fat, so you're manifesting being fat, even more fat version of yourself, or you're finding it very difficult to lose weight. It is a very slow process, right? That's why, if you want to lose weight faster, and if you don't want to feel bad if someone criticizes you, you just want to be confident in your own skin, you want to love yourself right now, not when you lose weight, right? Because now you know it depends on your thinking habits, not on your weight, right? So the first thing is, you accept yourself the way you are right now. You need to tell yourself it is what it is. It is not that bad. I am not that bad. I am not ugly. I am not. See, even if you're fat, it does not define you. It is just temporary thing in your life. Body fat does not define who you are. You people let their looks and their body fat define them. Looks change, skin tones changed, weight changes. It does not define you. Your soul defines who you are. Your soul, your thinking defines who you are. I'm not saying external appearance is not important. Of course it is. It is. It doesn't matter. That's not the question. The question is, the point is, it does not define you, because it can be changed, right? But if you define yourself that I'm fat and ugly person based on what you how you look right now, then you'll keep manifesting the same thing. So the first thing that you need to do is, you have body fat. It does not define you. You are not fat. You have fat, right? Which can be lost. You can lose weight. Then it's another story if you think it is difficult and not. It's another story. You are going to see. I'll tell you a secret. If you think, if you define yourself as fat, you will not manifest correct ways to lose weight. That is what happened to me as well in the past. When I was too focused on being fat and ugly, I manifested very difficult ways to lose weight. But when I started to focus on my positive traits, the traits that I like in my body right now, instead of constantly criticizing myself on being fat, then I started to manifest ways to improve myself, right? To lose weight or improve other aspects in which I was lacking. That's the beauty of it, right? So the first thing that you need to do is accept yourself, no matter what other person says. See, forget about the other person. If you're strong here, if you love yourself the way you are, you will not be affected by what other person says. So I'm not going to tell you how to respond to that person. No, I'm going to make you stronger from inside, from within, right? So the first thing is, whenever you feel bad about your appearance, whenever you think you're fat, you need to tell yourself it's not that bad. It could have been worse, right? It's not that bad. This is just a temporary situation. If I don't like being fat, if I don't like this extra fat, or whatever that is going on with you, whatever that you don't like in yourself, it can be changed. This is temporary. This does not define me, right? And once you accept it, once you become neutral about it, you'll instantly start feeling good about yourself, right? Then next step is, you need to shift your focus on already good qualities or good physical traits that you have in yourself. It could be anything. It could be your character, it could be some kind of skill set, or it could be some feature in your face, maybe your eyes, maybe your hair, maybe your skin, maybe your skin color, maybe your lips. People are getting surgeries done to, plump their lips up. Maybe if you have naturally properly shaped or naturally big lips, you need to be proud of that. You need to appreciate that. You don't need to, boast about it. You don't need to go around saying that, but you can appreciate that in yourself, right? See, what people do is, I'm very sure God has created God has given each and every one of us some unique features, some unique qualities. God has made us beautiful in some or the other way, right? But we, instead of appreciating the good qualities that we have, physical and personality traits, we constantly focus nowadays, because of social media, we are constantly focused on the negative traits. We are constantly comparing ourselves with other people out there on social media, with celebrities and all, right? And you're forgetting to appreciate the good things that you have. So the second thing that you need to do is, you need to appreciate the already existing good thing that you have, right? It could be any external feature you have, or it could be something like your personality traits or skill sets, or anything that you like about yourself, right? That way it will shift your vibration from negative to positive. And now you'll see, you'll find more and more reason, you'll manifest more and more experiences that confirm that you're worth it, that you deserve everything. You will learn, you will get more and more experiences to appreciate yourself. Other people will start to appreciate you even though you have not lost weight yet. And most importantly, you will find, or you will manifest ways to lose weight, because now you love yourself, so God is going to give you more reason to love yourself. This is the beauty of it. You won't love yourself when you lose weight. That's not going to happen. You need to love yourself even before losing weight. That's how you manifest it. I hope this helps. This is the very important lesson I have learned throughout the years, because I have constantly hated myself all my life. It's not just me. See, I was a child. I was fat since childhood, right? And everyone, what does a child know? Right? A child doesn't understand that she's fat. It's the people around you, especially the relatives and the friends and all the insecure people out there, the society, they put these thoughts in your mind. And I have thought since childhood that I'm fat and ugly and I'm dark skinned short girl, right? That's what I've thought about myself. But after struggling through all those years and after losing weight, I was still thinking the same about myself. At some point in my journey, I started to learn about mindset. I started to learn about the psychology and the law of attraction and manifestation. I started to improve my self-esteem. I started to change the thoughts about myself. And then I realized that as I was never ugly, and now I think that I'm a very beautiful person, and I don't feel the need to criticize myself anymore. Of course, it did not happen overnight, but I've practiced self acceptance. See, you cannot fool yourself, right? You cannot just say these affirmations that I love myself, I accept myself. No, you really honestly find out the traits in your appearance, in your personality, which you truly like, which you truly, appreciate. Then you're going to find more and more qualities. Then once I started to appreciate myself, appreciate those good qualities, then I started to develop even more good qualities in myself. I started to get even prettier. I keep on getting prettier and better day by day, because I love myself now. You understand? So it's not about what other people say about you, it's about what you think about yourself. That's what matters. I hope this video helps.